Hey, how's it going out there? This is Chris with Getaway Game Sports, and I'm going to be going over who's going to be your NL MVP, your AL MVP, your Cy Young Award winners, your Rookies of the Year. Those awards come out in a couple of days, so I just kind of wanted to go over them, kind of get everybody's feedback, see what you guys think, see what your thoughts are. And by the way, I got a new sponsor. Yeah, as you know, we got Paratravelers. That's www.para, P-E-R-A-T-R-A-V-E-L-E-R-S.net. And I can get you anywhere you want to go around the world, folks, okay? And then our brand spanking, yes, folks, brand spanking new sponsor. Are you ready for this? Here it comes. Are you sure you're ready, folks? Okay, sorry, just trying to, make it raw. But Dugout Mugs, dugoutmugs.com, and if you put in a secret code, which I'm going to tell you in just a minute, okay? But I do want to tell you they do have some fun things, fun items. You can get mugs that you can drink out of, made out of wood bats, aluminum bats, or you can get shot glasses or wine glasses or so on and so forth. And they have a few other things on their website as well. So I highly recommend it. And by the way, that code's coming, okay? So I'll give you the code in a little bit, all right? But first of all, let's go into who the ROY, in other words, Rookie of the Year for the AL may or may not be, all right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the three finalists. So we have Nick Kurtz, all right, with the Sacramento, Las Vegas, Oakland, whoever, the Athletics, okay? He batted 290 with a 360, or not 360, with a 36 home run year, had 86 ribbies, and he scored 90 runs. And then you had his teammate, Jacob Wilson, who batted 311, had 13 HRs with 63 RBIs, and scored 62 runs. Now, those two gentlemen, in my opinion, were going back and forth and back and forth. Now you got this kid from Boston, okay? Roman Anthony comes in closer to, I think, mid-July, if I remember correctly. He ends up batting 292, 8 home runs, 32 ribbies, and 48 runs batted in, or scored 48 runs, excuse me. He did a hell of a job as well. But to me, for a while there, it was Kurtz and Wilson, Wilson and Kurtz, Kurtz and Wilson going back and forth. I got the privilege of watching both of them play. Freaking phenomenal young athletes, number one, phenomenal ball players, number two, and great people, number three, which should be number one. Does everybody get what I'm saying? But my pick for AL Rookie of the Year is a tie between Wilson and Kurtz, but if I have to give it to one, I got to give it to Kurtz, everybody, okay? So that's who I picked for my AL MVP. Or not MVP, excuse me, Rookie of the Year. Now you've got three young ball players for the NL Rookie of the Year, excuse me. You got Drake Baldwin, Cade Horton, and Caleb Durbin, okay? Let's start with Caleb Durbin. He batted 256, had 11 home runs, 53 RBIs, and scored 60 runs. Pretty decent season, if I don't say so myself. Then you got Cade Horton. And this kid, I thought, did a phenomenal job. Went 11-4 on the season with a 2.67 ERA, 97 Ks with a 1.08 WHIP. That's walked, hits, innings pitched, just in case you didn't know. Okay? Now you got the front runner, who's Drake Baldwin. He batted 274, had 19 HRs with 80 ribbies and 56 runs. Now, to me, I thought that Cade Horton did a hell of a job, and personally, I think that he should win it, but the National League Rookie of the Year will definitely go to Drake Baldwin. There's no doubt. He had a huge impact, and having to work with all those different pitchers that the Braves had coming in, I definitely think that Drake Baldwin will be your National League Rookie of the Year. Okay? All right. So, for all of you out there that want to know the password, I'll go ahead and give you the password, okay? Or the code for Dugout Mugs, okay? That's dugoutmugs.com. Go and get yourself a new cup, a new shot glass, a new wine glass, and they're pretty phenomenal. And also, you can if you're getting married, get the gifts for your grooms, your bridesmaids. Why not? Great personalization. You can get yours personalized for everybody and go from there. I highly recommend it. But the code is, are you ready? Getaway 20. Yes, folks, that's Getaway 20. When you use your code, you will get a discount. Just go ahead and go in, plug it in, and they'll let you know. All right? And I know, I'm pretty sure you can't figure out what the actual discount is, right? Correct. Okay. Sorry, couldn't resist. All right, here we go, folks. So I got my notes here, as you can see. And hold on, I gotta flip the page. Flippity boppity boom. Right? If you all know what I'm saying. And yes, I was disappointed that the Dodgers won the World Series. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's a different story, though, folks. Now, here we go. So, you're Cy Young. All right? So, the American League Cy Young, excuse me. Jesus, he didn't ring any bells. Well, he may have. He may have zipped a few past some guys' heads, but we won't go there. Let's see. You've got Tariq Skubal, Hunter Brown, and Garrett Crochet. Okay, they are the front runners for the AL Cy Young. Skubal won the Cy Young last year. He was 13-6 with a 2.21 ERA, 241 Ks, and a .89 WHIP. Okay, we all got that. Hunter Brown had a record of 12-9. His ERA was 2.43. Had 206 Ks, and his WHIP was 1.03. Now, Garrett Crochet, who personally I think he had a bigger impact for his team. That's just my opinion there. That's just the way I feel. He was 18-5 with a 2.59, 255 Ks on the year with a WHIP of 1.28. Now, Tariq Skubal is technically the front runner. Let's just be honest here. Hunter Brown did a good job with Houston. I'm going to cross him off. Garrett Crochet, like I said, I think he had the biggest impact. But you gotta beat the champ, folks. You gotta knock him out, right? So I gotta go with Skubal, even though I'd like to see Crochet win it. I think he did a hell of a job. 18 wins, 33 starts, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that, though, folks, because I can't remember. Okay, now your National League Cy Young. All right, here we go. You got Christopher Sanchez with the Phillies. You've got Paul Skeens with the Pirates. You've got that guy from LA, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yeah, you know I'm not a fan of any Dodgers out there. That's just me. All right, everybody. But Christopher Sanchez was 13-5 with a 2.50 ERA. He had 212 Ks with a 1.06 WHIP. Okay, Paul Skeens was phenomenal, let's be honest. Played on a crappy team, was 10-10, had a 1.97 ERA. How do you have a 10-10 record with a 1.97 ERA? You have a team that scores 0 runs. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. He also had 216 Ks. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he was 12-8 with a 2.49 ERA, 201 Ks, and his WHIP was .99. Okay, so Yamamoto kicked to the curb, but we all know the sports writers are on their knees for the Dodgers, so let's just be honest there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Sanchez, he did okay. Don't get me wrong. I thought he did pretty darn good this year, but I think my winner's got to be Paul Skeens. I mean, this kid had a phenomenal year. If he's with any other team except for the Pirates, I think he is 20-3 or 20-4, if you know what I'm saying. So Paul Skeens, in my opinion, you get the National League Cy Young Award. All right? Hello, one. Hello, all. It's Chris from Getaway Game Sports, and we're teaming up with Dugout Mugs. Yes, they have bat barrel drinking mugs, wine glasses, and shot glasses. With only days until Christmas, Now's that time to grab your custom dugout mug and score the perfect gift for a fan in your life. Mom or dad, or don't forget about the Secret Santa. Head to dugoutmugs.com and use code GETAWAY20 for savings today. That's dugoutmugs.com, the official mug of Getaway Game Sports. So drink from a bat barrel mug and swig for the fences. Now, this award to me is, I'm having a real hard time with this award, okay? The MVP. And here's why. The MVP should be the best player in the league. To me, these guys were just above average players. And hear me out, I know they're hitting home run records, so on and so forth. There's one kid who stood out over all of them, in my opinion, for all six. But I don't know. I'm on the fence just because I may go on a tirade after this. I don't know. But we'll go from there. Okay, so let's start with the American League. You've got Aaron Judge, Cal Raleigh, and Jose Ramirez, right? Right. Judge hit 331, 53 home runs, 114 RBIs. I had 179 hits and 137 runs scored. Cal Raleigh batted 247 with 60 home runs, 125 RBIs, 147 hits on the season, 110 runs scored. All right. And then you got Jose Ramirez in Cleveland. He batted 283, 30 HRs, 85 RBIs, 168 hits, and 103 runs scored. All right. So here's where I want to go with this. You ready? Excuse me, guys. Aaron Judge won last year, if I remember correctly. Sorry, my brain's cramping on me. Jose Ramirez, yeah, had a good season. Don't get me wrong, my friend. But unfortunately, as we all know, things happen in life, and well, I got to cross you off this list. Okay, then I want to go back to Aaron Judge. So hold on. Sorry, had to drink some water. Getting some dry patches tonight. Okay. So Aaron Judge had another good year. He batted 331. He was number one both leagues in batting average. And to me, that's actually pretty darn good, considering how hitters are now. I think we only had 6 or 7 hitters that batted over 600. And we have 3 of them either going for Rookie of the Year or MVP, which is pretty cool, I think. Okay? Now, Aaron Judge is your defending MVP. He looked phenomenal in Yankee Stadium, batting 350, 331, 53 RBIs, or 53 home runs, 114 RBIs, so on and so forth. Okay? Now you got to look at something that hasn't been done in ever by a catcher. Okay? By Cal Raleigh. He hit 60 home runs, and that has never been done by a catcher. Do we all understand this? Now, as we know, a catcher usually sits every 5th day, sometimes a little bit longer than that. But for him to do this, keep his legs, keep his lower half just freaking phenomenal, and driving in the runs and hitting these jacks, I'm impressed. Because you get beat up back there. You got to be the general. You got to run everything. And this is what he did. Don't get me wrong. Seattle had a rough go in Toronto, or against Toronto, but that was a good series. I enjoyed watching that series. And hell of a job to the Mariners. I think that Mariners did a good job against Toronto. Toronto was just a better team, let's be honest. Okay? But I've got to give my MVP to Cal Raleigh. Being an old catcher that I am, old is the key word there. This guy did something that nobody else has done. I would love to see you guys go catch 9 innings and in between those innings go hit in huge humidity, so on and so forth. Do we understand that? Good. And also command your pitchers and get them going the right way, framing balls, especially the way they do it now. I do not like the knee down. I will definitely say that and go with that. Okay? Hell of a job, Cal. Hell of a job. Okay? So that's who I'm picking for the American League MVP. Now, your National League MVP finalists. I mean, obviously, we all know this one, right, everybody? Shohei Ohtani. Oh, yeah, I mean, you can't do anything without saying Shohei Ohtani. Batted 282, had 55 RBIs, or 55 home runs, 102 RBIs, scored 146 runs, 172 hits. Do we all understand that? And he, threw 147 miles an hour and should have been 87-0 according to all the sports analysts. If you know what if you pick up what I'm throwing down. Then you have Kyle Schwarber, who had a 240 batting average with 56 home runs, 132 RBIs, 111 runs scored, and 145 hits. Okay. Then you've got Juan Soto. Now, this one kind of surprised me, and I don't know why. I guess because he's playing for the Mets and he's just East Coast, and I really didn't pay that close attention to him this year as I have in the past when he was with the Yankees and with the Washington Nationals. Okay? But anyway, Juan Soto batted 263, 43 home runs, 105 RBIs batted in. What else? 120. Where is he? Sorry, I apologize. 120 runs and 152 hits on the season. Now, don't get me wrong, any other time that would probably do really well, or it might do well in the next 5-6 years because guys probably won't be batting over 300. But I got to cross him off the list. Okay, now it's between obviously Shohei Ohtani and Kyle Schwarber. I mean, let's just say this. I mean, Schwarber's a DH. Yeah, we know that. He could play the field if he wanted them, if they wanted him to. But he batted 240, but with his 145 hits, they all meant something, it felt like to me. And with him hitting 56 home runs and having 132 RBIs, it seemed like there were always guys on base for him. With Shohei, he was a leadoff, so he had a lot of RBIs for a leadoff man, first of all. In my opinion, he should have scored almost 200 runs being in that leadoff spot. But that's a different story, right, folks? He did have 172 hits. He is your reigning MVP. And with the way the league's going to go, there was nobody else in this race from, February of 2025, and they're going to give it to Shohei. But in my opinion, I think Kyle Schwarber is going to be your National League MVP. Okay? I think they're going to go with that DH, not the other DH. Do we all get that? Yeah, kind of scary. Kind of a scary thought. But that's just the way I feel and how I think it's going to go. All right? Now, those are my picks. Those who I think I'm going to do. So this will be coming out on Veterans Day. And I would like to say thank you to all the veterans out there that have served in the military. I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you. And I just want you to know this, that you have support here from Getaway Games, everybody that's in the military. Getaway Games Sports is definitely a supporter of the military, the veterans as well, okay? So thank you guys. Thank you very much. Cannot say enough about you, okay? Our sponsors are Paratravelers. I can get you anywhere you want to go around the world. And our new one, that is Dugout Mugs. Go to dugoutmugs.com and put in code, you ready? Are you sure? Write this down, because here it comes. Getaway 20 to get your discount. And you know what number that would be. Oh, yeah. Also, give a shout out to the crew, the gentlemen, the fellas, the goofballs. When you guys are seeing this, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is 7 o'clock Eastern Time on Tuesday the 11th as well, we're going to be doing the GM game show. I'm going to try and live stream it on the YouTube, but if I can't get it, please go check out Powerlifting News USA. They are our host network for the GM Game Show, and God, do we have fun. If you're interested in possibly being a contestant, let us know. Shoot me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So everybody, you have a great day, a better tomorrow, and again, to all the veterans, thank you very much. Thank you on Veterans Day. You take care. Have a good day. Bye.